Barbara, you guys are in insurance, but you're not brokers. Why? What's the difference between a broker and what you two do? Hank?
Well, it's interesting. A broker's been defined now quite clearly and is quite specific. A broker is a person who acts perhaps as an agent, as a true intermediary between the supplier, which is in this case the life insurance company, and the client. So I guess the best way to illustrate is that the agent or the broker, as it used to be or still is, collects the premiums or the payment for the product and then passes that on to the supplier. We don't do that. So we don't collect the premiums. The premiums are paid direct from the client through to the insurance company in this particular case. So we don't act as true intermediary. So we're referred to now as advisors as opposed to brokers.
So Barbara Lee, as an advisor, what's your role if you were to come to advise me, for example?
Yeah, so our main purpose is to take care of the client. So look at your individual circumstances and, tailor plans to suit.
So how do you get paid?
We get paid by the insurance companies. So there is no fees for our services.
Hank, I'm going to be quite blunt and say that in years gone by, insurance salesmen were seen as predators. If you were out of work, you used to went out and sold insurance.
Yeah, interesting. We've heard that comment before. There's a number of different people that are sort of categorised in a similar vein. We're business people. Barbara Lee and I have our own business. Our business survives on clients. Our business survives on clients being looked after and being happy with the service that we provide. Without clients, we don't have a business. So we're no different from anyone else that's got their own business. For us to be profitable, to continue in our business, to be successful, we've got to look after our clients first and foremost.
Absolutely.
And that's what we do. We act more for our clients than we do for our suppliers. Whereas previously, perhaps in the old days, if we can put that, use that term, where there were agents who worked for the insurance companies and they were paid by the insurance companies, and therefore there was an alliance closer to the insurance companies than perhaps the clients. We're much different now. We're unaligned. We have our own clients and our own business, and the futurability of that business is based on credibility like any other business.
So I guess, Barbara Lee, it's like somebody going in to buy a computer. You find out what their needs are for a computer, and then you say, don't worry about those models. This is the model that would suit your needs. Is that right?
That's right. And we do have access to all the providers, so we can match the person to the best product that is going to suit their circumstances.
So how often would you meet a client because everybody's life changes whether they like it or not?
Absolutely. Yes, so it's really important to us that once we have clients that we go out and review their circumstances and touch base annually or every 2 years, whatever, people want. But we definitely, like to keep in contact with our clients and just check that everything still suits their needs.
You two are both, Hank, working very closely with the farming industry. Now that's a unique industry?
Oh, absolutely. I think every industry has its own uniqueness, if you like, but there are certainly some aspects within the rural sector that are unique. I'll give you an example. A lot of farm workers live on the farm, and they live in a house or accommodation that's provided by the farmer. If they can't perform the functions of their farm, they could lose that home. I mean, the farmer wants his house for a particular function.
So for somebody who's able to do that.
Correct, absolutely. So when you can't perform that function anymore, your house or where you live then is put in jeopardy. So that's a risk all of its own, particularly if you're married and you have young children. There's not just where do we go and live? It's also about how do we get there? Where do we want to go? We've got a lot of, particularly in the dairy industry here in Canterbury, from where people have moved here from other parts of the country, where they've left family behind. Circumstances that are traumatic, such as health, serious health, may mean they want to move back to where their family is and where the support is. And that's going to take a cost, that's going to take a funding. And realistically, insurance forms that funding. It's about how that gets paid and when.
Barbara Lee, there must be a huge range of different products that you guys know about.
Absolutely, yes. And, some are more suited to some occupations than others. And they have to work in conjunction with each other as well. So, there's a lot of knowledge in there. And
do you mix and match? I mean, did you sort of do life insurance with one company and trauma with another, for example?
Not generally, unless there's a particular need for that around a health issue or an occupational issue, which, you know, dictates that they have to go somewhere else for a certain type of cover. You know, ideally they would be with the one company, but definitely we've got options.
Hank, are people getting over this? We talked a bit about insurance agents. Are people coming to you now and saying, hey, listen, you guys are the experts. We actually do need something, but we don't know what's available?
Yeah, absolutely. It's becoming more and more evident that insurance is becoming more necessary because we've got higher debt load and we create our incomes in different ways these days. We've got a lot more small businesses, especially in the rural sector. Every part of the rural sector has its own small family unique business that is now more and more being run like a business. So yeah, absolutely, people are looking more towards advice. It's with you know, the age of the internet, it's very easy to go online. However, there are some aspects that are just completely confusing to people. So I've had clients that have come to me and said, I've tried it online, I just don't understand it, I don't understand the questions, I don't understand different aspects of it. And so our role is to give advice around guidance through those. Most of the decisions are up to the client at the end of the day. We can only give them guidance, gather the information from them and then give them advice.
So you guys don't sell anything, people buy from you.
Exactly.
Or buy through you, I should say.
Yep. I think our biggest value is our advice process, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And, you know, taking care of the client. And definitely being there at claim time is a big issue, you know, big thing
Yeah,
for
that
us.
would be quite a dramatic time for you too.
Yeah, it can be. It depends on the severity and the type of claim. But yeah, I mean, I've been involved in life insurance claims, and that means that somebody close or a family member has passed away, and that can be quite traumatic.
And somebody who's just been told that they've got a terminal illness, I mean, they're not in the best of moods, are they?
No.
But you do that sort of thing. You'll go out and...
Oh, absolutely. That's where the rubber hits the road for us, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
So you're filling in their claims with them.
Yes.
Absolutely. We can't do it for them, but we can guide them, and we can go through the whole process, provide the correct forms, make sure the information is correct and complete. You know, the one thing we can't do is sign their name. You know, there's rules against that.
Yeah, there are, which is really good.
But we can give them all the guidance in the world, and we can facilitate that right through to wherever the claim's going, and make sure it's done promptly and timely.
What I'm going to do is invite you two back again, because I'd love to hear about some of the different products that we don't know about, because there's a lot more to it than a life insurance policy. So thank you very much indeed.